Hello, Mr. Deaton. My name is Samuel Smith, as you know, and today we are going to be talking about the campus concealed gun proposition that you showed us on our philosophy response for this week. So, you asked us to use utilitarianism and pretty much just put it into use and see exactly how it would pan out if we applied it to this situation. So, utilitarianism, which is just max pleasure for least pain, it's the most utility for the most people. So I see that some of the affected parties, the most affected, are the students actually carrying firearms. I see that this would be on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being the worst and 0 being the best, or being indifferent. I see, and negative 10 being like really bad. I see that this would be probably a negative 8 because first of all, they got a gun for a reason, either that for personal protection or them just exercising their constitutional right to bear arms. And also, they are licensed. So the next people are the students not carrying firearms. They probably have a +3, some more peace of mind, along with potential UT Tyler students that will come there in the future. They probably have a +3 as well as a peace of mind. And students from other schools, there are also people that are quite affected through that, such as some of the protests that have actually been going on today about anti-gun and how the school shooting that occurred a few weeks ago and regarding that. So I see it would probably be a +3 from them, and it would be showing kind of an answer to those protests in a way. So also there would be peace of mind from them, but the thing that comes up for me whenever I entertain that is theoretically it will stop school shootings if that's even the motivation behind banning concealed weapons. But were the people that shot up the school, were they licensed? Like, is their pleasure short-lived in the small victory of them getting their protest heard? So, the next people affected would be the faculty. They're not really affected, but it's a general plus, so I said like a +1. And then the general public, I'd say it's a -1. It's the constitutional right revoked on a university campus, and it's potentially preventing school shootings, but it doesn't really. And then UT Tyler's brand is the last, no, it's not the last, second to last party affected. I said it's probably a -1 because it really depends on the public's response, and they can go in a variety of ways, although it's kind of a minus as a restriction going to their university as opposed to another that allows it. So the last and final party that would be affected are other schools, and I just noted them as kind of indifferent because it wouldn't really make much of a difference. Although if UT Tyler's brand were to suffer, their attendance would go up, and so they would be happy. Although that is totally entirely to speculation. So I just left it as 0. So the total comes out to a grand 0. So according to this utilitarian calculus, there's not really a preference as to whether or not he should exercise his provision to call a faculty vote. It really is 50-50. And yeah, so that was my look into this. And also, one thing that was coming up for me just outside of this actual thing, when you do the, I'm speaking to you, whenever you're doing the announcements and responding to people, I love that a lot. And I also realize I'm doing the video because I feel that it's a lot easier and I get to connect a little bit more. And I would love to find a way where you can still respond a little bit, because that's something really valuable I get to see, is you responding and getting to hear some of your thoughts about that. And I love getting to read those announcements. I was wondering if it was possible for you to find a way to say, for example, in Samuel's video, he said blah, 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 blah. So that way people would have a little background as far as to what I was saying. And that way I could get to see some of your response and get to kind of have a little back and forth and get to learn a little something as well. So I just think that would be a little bit cool. And yeah. Awesome. Well, this is Samuel Smith signing off, and I will see you later. Toodaloo.